Don't wait for the world to come alive before then you can be alive, because that's not going to happen, not anytime soon anyway. See, people don't know the definition of being alive. You ask the average person, now don't even ask them. They don't know themselves what the definition of alive is. But what people think, what makes them come alive is when they're in some strong dopamine stimulating environment. This is what makes them feel alive. Some techno party or some beach, where there's a bunch of people, a bunch of girls running around and guys and sense stimulation. Man, Phuket, Thailand is like the ultimate sense stimulated place out of all the places I've been. I've been to a lot. It's like Patong in Phuket. It was like Vegas. I remember I went there. I'm like, this is like Las Vegas. You don't know when there's so many lights and everything. Like, you don't know that it's 2 a.m. They don't want you to know. They want you to think it's they want to keep you up. And so many things to do, and fast bikes and prostitutes and jet skis and clubs and shows and so many things, man. This, for the average person, this is what the definition of alive is. That's okay. That's a stage we have to go through. That's what made me feel alive for, in my teens and early 20s a little bit. It was dying out though. It was dying out. You know why? Because it crashed me. It was starting to crash my nervous system. It's like too much stimulation. What I used to think was like fun or joy, I realized later, no, man, that's just pure dopamine, anxiety, excitement. That's what that was. And it takes a toll. It takes a toll on you if something deeper in you wants to really know what peace is. Then it's going to take a toll on you. If there's no inclination inside to know what true serenity is, then this is going to feel like that's all there is. And so this is what the world imagines to be being alive. They're getting their aliveness from external sources, or from situations, or the new relationship, or the new job, or the new, win the lottery ticket, or a bunch of money, or a new car. Blah, blah, blah. It just goes on and on and on, especially now in this technological age. There's so many new things coming out designed to pump you up, to give you a sense of aliveness. But really, it just crashes your nervous system later. It turns you into a dopamine junkie, is what it does. Promising you pleasure and permanent, like, joy. It's a, I guess the Bible would call it the devil. This is what this is. You extract the real sense of aliveness. When you come alive, it's when there's some inner alignment inside you. That means when you realize your inner sanction, you're able to hear it. It tells you like what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to eat, who you're supposed to hang with, what your environment should look like to give you a sense of aliveness. You see, you have to differentiate between, you can say, your inner sanction versus mind and ego and conditioning. Most they don't know the difference. Most, they're a total slave to this hungry more aspect of the mind. This channel is for those who have recognized to some degree that there's an inner voice in you that's trying to guide you to real aliveness. Real aliveness. That's when you know who you are beyond this human form. I was thinking today, I was like, I hadn't had this thought before, I don't think. At least I hadn't contemplated or gave it much attention to it. When I was younger, when I was like a kid, 7, 10, or teenager to some degree, I didn't think at all that this was a car that I was driving, this human form. This is all I thought. Like, I just thought this is what it was. This is what and I gotta make it. I gotta go and find and extract joy somehow. This is what creates a very selfish, self-centered way of existence. I couldn't think about death. That was like scary. Sure, there's some mental concept maybe I had, like, oh, I'll go somewhere or go to heaven, but it was just belief. Belief is weak. There was no actual download, inner confirmation about existence beyond this human form. And so I was thinking, I was like wondering, I'm like, damn, are there adults walking around like that too? In the same state that I was in when I was a kid, thinking this is all there is. This is all there is. I just got to make it. Yeah, I don't know. I think somehow by law of evolution, you have to wake up to some degree a little bit as time goes on. You have to. One may not pay attention to that, but like grace has to help. Grace is doing this whole thing actually. Like we're not really doing anything, but it helps when we at least we align ourselves to this help. We cooperate with these deeper downloads, spiritual downloads that the universe is trying to give to us. Pay attention to what that is. Cooperate with it means paying attention to it, being conscious of it, contemplating higher downloads that we get. Don't just let them just. That's the thing. We pay attention to the wrong thoughts. Oh, there's a girl. Wow, she might make me happy. We pay attention to that thought. There's a download. You know what? You might just chill for a little bit. Go and just sit and do nothing. Don't pay attention. No, that's boring. Okay, where's the girl at? There has to be some shift, some in our whole outlook. There needs to be some revolutionary change in the way we perceive things and what's considered important to us. There will be. I'm saying there should be, as though like what? You can't do nothing about it really. How are you going to produce that? You know. But if you're already kind of ripe for that, then these words might synergize with you, and that can seem to produce things more quick. This is what we endeavor to do when we do satsangs. This is the purpose of a satsang, just being in a space, in an energy field that concentrates on these things. Because otherwise, what are you gonna? You're just gonna be a collateral damage. The thing is, it can be difficult. I've made many videos on this, and I keep making them, saying it in different ways because it's important. When you have 85% or more of the world saying the opposite of what we share on this channel, then it's easy to get caught up in the momentum of that conditioning and fall victim to doing things that give the average person a sense of aliveness, the things I've already described. When you don't do that, when you don't follow that pattern, your aura and presence becomes different. That scares people. That isolates you and it segregates you. Now some, because of the play of gunas and elements, they can kind of seem to play the role of being more diplomatic and get along with the people, and then their ego gets a hit. No, I can get along with them fine. Okay, that's you. Other people, we don't. It wouldn't be authentic to try to do that. And actually, a lot of the people that say they can do it, get along with them, they're actually one of them anyway. So those who, it's like you're compelled to be honest, to honor your authenticity. Man, you scare people. You're unpredictable. People don't know what to do with somebody like you. They just don't know, like they don't know what's gonna happen. You don't follow, you're not playing any roles. If you're not, see, you have to be playing a role, and then people are comfortable. Then they're like, okay, I know that role. I know that role. If I smile, he'll smile. Good. Okay, I can deal with him. He's predictable. If I like, whatever they do. They want you to play roles. It makes them comfortable. If you're not playing roles, man, they don't feel comfortable. And then you can start to second guess yourself. You can be like, this existence sucks. Maybe I should, submit. But some of you can't. You can't do it because your frequency's too different. It's rare. Your frequency is rare. Do you know that? Do you know that there's nothing wrong with you? That your frequency's rare? Or does your mind try to tell you there's something wrong with you and that you should be able to get along with everybody and do what they're doing? What's wrong with me? Like, why? I just need to make up my mind, and I'm gonna get along with them and go to their events. And there was a convention today. It was a 12-step convention. And usually me and my partner, we go there. This time I didn't want to go because he was going, it's at the beach too. He was going with his ex-wife. Him and her going, and I don't do the three person thing. As I've said before, I'm very much one-on-one. So he went. He just called me though. He just called me. He said, "Man, I haven't even left my room." His ex-wife brought some girl with her that she's helping. The convention's a good spot to get some energy, and I like them too. But I don't go for the convention. I was telling my other friend this. Whenever I go somewhere, I'll go with some right-hand person, a guy or a girl. We do our own thing. The convention's like the set dressing. It's like having satsang. Satsang's the main thing. Satsang meaning we talk, let's talk about something that means something. We can do that in the woods, we can do that in the convention, we can go do that, anywhere. We just use the environment as kind of a change of scenery. So, but he called and said, "Man, I can't even leave my room, bro. It's too much. I don't want to hear all the noise and excitement, and it's the beach atmosphere and all the stimulation and the girls looking at the guys and guys looking at the girls and let's play roles and all that stuff." I said, "I know, man. That's what I'm saying." That's a shift. That's not a choice. It's not like, so much better than everybody. No, you just can't. There's nothing in you that's responding to those vibrations anymore. Honor that. Don't think there's something wrong with you. This is what the video's for. Those who already know this, we're just confirming it. Those who are kind of on the fence because the conditioning's still strong from the collective majority, hopefully videos like this and books will help enforce what you know to be true, but yet those spiritual tendencies aren't strong enough yet to where you can just stand one with them and be solid. Yeah, this is really who the videos are for. If they can accelerate this evolutionary track that you're on, that you're destined to be. All right, did I hit everything? Let's see here. Okay, let's end with this. I had to be comfortable not being seen, basically. That's a total 180. I made a video last year. People are desperately wanting to be heard and seen. Yeah, that used to be me. I was a master at it too. I'd go to these other countries, man, and I would find out where's the best spot to live, which guest house to be around, like if there's girls around and they're gonna see me when they walk by or whatever. From that to every time I go out, when I would go out, I would say, okay, where am I going? Is that a good spot? Maybe we should go to the sushi bar on the beach. Oh yeah, and then it's more stimulating and more chance to be seen. Like, that was my life. Now I want to be, well, you see where I am? Although don't get it twisted. Some people, it's funny, it never occurred to me that somebody would think, not somebody, many people, that just because when I make videos, it's usually in the woods, that must mean I live out in the woods. I'm thinking it's a 15-minute video. What about the other 23 hours and 45 minutes? You think I'm sitting here? I remember Muji made a joke because every time he did a video, he'd be in his chair. And then he said, yeah, people think I just sit in this chair all the time. I have a little shower behind my chair. And I'm like, yeah, they think I'm in the woods. Anyway, I like to not be seen today. I don't care. Sometimes people recognize me from YouTube. That's always, so far it's been cool. I can appreciate that. Or I don't wear a mask when I go to the grocery store because I don't want anybody to look at me, or I don't care. I can go anywhere. But there's not on any level, even subtle level. It's important, subtle. Always check, when you do inventory, check on subtle level. The obvious gross level, that's easy, that's beginner. That's inventory, self-analysis 101. We want to get to the higher advanced analysis where you check your subtle level. You check your subconscious mind. That's left me. I burned it out because I did it so damn much. That's the benefit. I call it paradoxical sadhana. you taste the poison so damn much that you can't take, you're done. Then you don't need to even, you can't even say you renounced it. It like renounced you, you're done. That's how I feel with this wanting to be seen and see. And so get used to being invisible, because if you honor your frequency, you might be invisible to most people. That can be a challenge, but you have to bear that. You have to bear that and spend that time to get more acquainted with your own inner self, your universal self, because then you won't feel alone. That's the motivation. When you either can't get attention from people out here, or you just don't want it anymore because it's so cheap, that's the motivation. That's God's grace to make you look inside and get this satisfaction and recognition from inside. The other thing is, people will notice you. You come to learn this too. Go watch that TV series, The Messiah. It really demonstrates this. The people that don't notice you, they don't care because you're not doing your thing, until you have some medicine for them in whatever form that looks. Then all of a sudden they're interested. You see? This is the selfishness of the world. They can't help it. You have to understand that. And you help when you're supposed to be helped. There's a homeless guy it's almost like he waits for me at the supermarket for me to get there. And I give him money a few times, but I stopped. Like, sometimes I don't. I'm like, bro, we got to take a break now. Can't, has to be some balance, because it's not serving him. It's too needy. It's like an animal. You give them some food and they just keep coming around. Humans do that. So if you have some medicine for people, something they want, something they think they need, then all of a sudden you become important. But you want to find your people who recognize and value your energy, your quality of consciousness. These are the people you want to find. And there aren't many. They don't even recognize your consciousness. It's not like they see it and they don't want it. They don't even know what it is. Worse than that, they think it's something that it's not. Look what they thought about Jesus. Thought he was blasphemous. People think I'm blasphemous. They think they read you, but they don't. This is the majority. And then all of a sudden you get something for them and, oh, they just changed now. Oh, hi, how you doing? Why are you talking to me now? Oh, I don't know. I just felt like I want to talk to you. Yeah, is that why? This world is your training. Take it for what it is. It's worth it. You'll see as time goes on that all these lessons are for your highest good, and you wouldn't have it any other way. You can grow exponentially in this world right now the way it is. If this was golden age and everything was easy, you're not going to hardly grow at all. This is the benefit of being in the lower age. Growth can be tremendous, and that's why you're here. There you go. I'll see you.